So, hi everyone. I'm happy to welcome Peter Hunter of OpenGI, who is head of R&D. So, I'm going to be posing in the usual format some questions to Peter to get his thoughts and views that we can share with all of you. So, yeah, Peter, first off, maybe just give a bit of your own background, your personal view into OpenGI, and some of the products and services that you provide the insurance market.
Cool. Thanks for having me, obviously. OGI has offered various products and services across the industry, whether it's brokers, MGAs, insurers, for about 45 years, over 45 years. And we work with over 500 businesses with 18,000 users of our different platforms and services. So we're quite broad. And obviously we're heavily focused on our customers. Our North Star is to help our customers and partners to write more and better quality business. So that's what we're here for. That's our goal in OpenGI, and hopefully that's what we're doing with the products and services that we bring. I personally have been in the industry for about 20, well, I think it's 28 years this month. So I've seen quite a bit of the industry.
Just say 10, sounds better.
10 years, 10 plus. So yeah. Yeah, it's been a while, and again, I've seen the technology shift over the years as well.
Good. Well, actually, that's probably a really good segue then into, I know, as you said, there's a kind of a broad set of offerings that kind of Open GI provide. But I suppose maybe more specifically in the context, say something like a broker, maybe how would they be consuming what you do, and how does that help them in their day to day?
Yeah, so I mean, for brokers, we've got our policy administration systems. So this would be helping them transact business, helping them manage the customer, and parts of that system will be wider. So bringing in data from different providers, so enriching the data, which would then lead on to some of the other platforms and services that we offer. So, for example, our ratings platform, where we would allow customers to price based on the risk that they've captured, and then the data that they brought in from various different sources, whether it's their own data or external third parties. So again, our systems are there to help them transact business, and if we can do that in the most efficient way possible, whether that's through systems that capture the information, or automation, or pricing algorithms, we bring all that together under a suite of platform services products. So kind of technology for us, we are a technology provider in the insurance industry.
Perfect. And obviously, we've now got this evolving state of the broad topic of AI. And obviously, I've kind of seen you present on stage at a variety of different events and things like that. But maybe for the audience, maybe more specifically, how are you seeing that change the expectations of maybe what they're asking OpenGI for as a provider?
Well, I mean, as I'm not going to drain the point, everyone's seen the huge leaps forward in generative AI, which is then kind of setting the expectations for our customers. Our customers are expecting us as a technology partner to bring solutions that make use of AI and leverage the benefits of AI. It's definitely an expectation that we have a stance on it, and that we're doing things for our customers. I think we are still trying to balance the expectations with the reality. You know, the reality that the AI is moving quickly, and you see some fantastic presentations and demos of AI in action. But then bringing it into the real world and solving true problems for the customers is the important part. It's all very well having the flashy AI banner on your website saying that we've got it, but what value does it bring to the customer? And I guess, you know, again, back to expectations, they're looking for the same things that we are: productivity savings. You know, how can they augment their teams to do more, to actually free them up to have more time for the harder conversations, the more complex tasks. So that, we're very much similar. We're providing the technology, and they're providing insurance, but we're looking for the same thing. We're looking at how we can leverage this as a technology. But again, there's a challenge on the flip side of that, is those expectations matched with the pace of change, is trying to make sure that we're staying ethical, we're doing things right, we're doing the right checks and balances, to make sure we're not providing a service that actually is causing problems behind the scenes. Because again, just using AI isn't the answer. It has to solve the problem.
And are you seeing any particular maybe like trends in how, call it AI as an initiative, be it for operational improvements, productivity improvements, as you've said? Are you seeing any consistencies or things about how it's being owned within your customers, within those businesses?
So I think it's the focus is definitely on doing more with the same number of people, right? It's and how can we remove some of the busy work? Some of these tasks that are repetitive, and actually people don't enjoy doing. They're repetitive tasks. So it's how can we do that, and how can we augment people? So things like onboarding, I guess, is a good one. For AI to work really well, you need really clean, good data. And if you've got that data, it can be a great foundation of knowledge for a new starter, for example. So someone coming into the business, if you compare them with an AI co-pilot or companion, they can answer questions that potentially would have taken weeks or months of training to do. So I think a lot of the focus is around that productivity, onboarding, and enabling people. It's definitely, I'm quite passionate about, it's not removing people. You still need oversight, and I actually do think that generally people are on board with that. I think people are thinking in the same way, and our customers are thinking in the same way.
And maybe kind of turning to the customer piece there. I mean, maybe what are some of the practical applications that you were seeing? So in the warm up to this, you were mentioning there was kind of the two different focuses for the use of AI. I mean, maybe just kind of even sharing one of those tracks around how people are applying this within their businesses.
Yeah, I guess, the two tracks are, so we've got the customer lens, so the products that we offer. So, for example, we're working with insurers and MGAs and brokers, for that matter, that write schemes. They're writing the rules behind the pricing. Now, those rules in our world are C#. So we can leverage AI to help the scheme writers to write schemes quicker, but also with cleaner code. So because we can effectively set the precedents for what the code should look like. So we can also help them to generate cleaner code, cleaner rules, but also, again, when we're talking about onboarding people, someone new can come and ask a question about the rules, and it'll explain what it's doing. So that's an example of how we're using it for our customers. Knowledge and answers is really fundamental. It's being able to consume a lot of data, and there's a lot of information in the insurance world, as you know, and being able to condense that into a consumable way is top priority, because I think that's where you get to augment users, you get to help them, and you make them more productive. So we've kind of got that on the external side. And then internally, obviously, we want the same productivity gains. We want the same things around knowledge. So we had Innovation Day last week, which is a bit like a hackathon. And what we saw was a lot of ideas around surfacing knowledge. So it's really easy to accrue over 45 years, knowledge silos. So we've got lots of areas around the business where there's knowledge, and how can we surface that up and make that available and democratize it? So we saw a lot of ideas internally using Microsoft Copilot Studio
Mhm.
to surface that information. And then on a more engineering focus, we obviously use GitHub Copilot, which is excellent tool for helping our engineers. Now, it comes again with the challenges, and you have to balance that. Obviously, we don't want engineers just relying on GitHub Copilot to churn out code. So again, it's pairing it with the right people. So for me, it's more an aid for your senior and your mids. I would probably not let it loose just with a junior, unless it's with the guardrails of helping them to understand. So again, it's really easy to just go, oh, this is fantastic, let's just give it to everyone, but it does bring challenges. So we're definitely looking at leveraging it around our business for productivity gains.
Interesting. And actually, like a hackathon, those kind of cross-company exploratory approaches for not necessarily going at it with we want to use AI, but maybe start to understand some of the problems or opportunities that maybe technology AI can help with. So, off-piece question, but I mean, what are the types of departments that you invited to that hackathon day?
So it's across the board, and it's part of the reason we did it. We have different departments. We have finance departments. We have product underwriting, who provide products for insurers. We have engineering. We have HR. So we have our people services. So it was really quite broad, and the idea was to mix up our people so they could share experiences as well. Because obviously there's a bunch of people in engineering that are cool, they're good at solving problems. You give them a problem, they'll go and solve it. And there's a bunch of people around the business that have got problems that need solving. So by cross-pollinating and mixing up the teams, and the way we did it was actually quite clever, because people would pitch ideas and then leave spaces open, and then people would join the team if they're interested or wanted to help. So it gave us a really good mix of teams.
Like a self-selecting type of group piece rather than...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so you'd get one person go, oh, that's an interesting idea. Like, I think I want to be a part of that. And then you almost build a sense of energy and purpose around it, because everyone's bought into that idea. And obviously they're 24 hours to create a prototype or a proof of concept of what it might look like, or in some instances we had working prototypes. It was really good to see, and it was really good to see the knowledge sharing and also building an understanding of AI. AI clearly was a big part of, probably 70% of the ideas that were coming through, but it all came back to a problem. All of them were solving problems.
So I think I've seen you present about kind of the hammer and the nail analogy type piece. So actually, if you're able to get the business in the sense of, okay, well, let's be clear about the problems that we have or the opportunities, then you're being far more precise about, we can use these things to help here, rather than we want to be doing this thing over here. What can we throw at it to say we've done it?
That's exactly it. I mean, the amount, and it's really easy with the new technology, and AI is not on its own with this. New technologies come along, and it's really easy to get your new AI hammer and see nails everywhere. And it'll work to a point, but the results will vary. So you've really got to understand the problem and understand whether AI solves that problem. Mm-hmm. And it's the same with any other technology. It doesn't really, AI is just another type of technology.
And maybe kind of final question then, just maybe some practical steps that you would articulate to the insurance market, the MGAs, the brokers, the TPAs, the insurers, etc. I mean, what are some of the things that you like to convey when talking to organisations that are getting on this path?
As I just said, AI is another tool in your toolbox. So definitely start with a clear problem, but do take some time to understand the capabilities of AI. Play with it yourself, whether you're using Gemini, Copilot, Claude, Cursor, all very random names. But you can find them. Most of them have free trials. Have a play. Try and understand what they are good at and what they're not good at. and then add it to your toolbox. When you then find a problem that you're trying to solve, and one of these AI models or technology suit that problem, then use it and then explore it a bit further. So always focus on the problem, really key. I think if you are keen to leverage AI, you have to start with data. Data is really important, and as a business, we've been talking about data for a while and clean data. We've talked about data warehouses, data lakes, lake houses, various different.
That's a new one for me. Okay, lake house.
Yeah, there'll be another one in 6 to 12 months as well. But the point is, data is important. So having good, clean data wherever it's stored is important, because that's the foundation of AI and models. That they can only be as good as the data that you feed them. So again, if you're looking to solve a problem, make sure that you look at the data first to validate that you're going to get good, strong answers. We just talked about innovation day, experimentation. Experiment. Don't think everything's going to bear fruit. So experimentation is key. So creating small prototypes, using something like Copilot Studio or something like that to create a prototype to understand is really useful. And find experts, find people that are actually experts with AI, have used AI in the past, are providing an AI service. It's really tempting as well to try and go and roll your own, but there are people out there that have got experience and spent the time training the models, honing the models, applying the guardrails. So I think there are people out there that you can talk to that will help you on that journey, rather than you try to do it yourself. That said, there are plenty of spaces that you can play yourself. And I guess the one that we talked about right at the beginning was this is about augmenting people. Look to support people and free them up to do the complex tasks, to have the harder conversations, so that they've got the time to give their customers all the tasks that you're asking them to do. So I think, those are my takeaways, and then share the knowledge, because it's really easy to do it in a silo within one team within your business, but sharing your experiences will help others when they look to experiment with AI and to try new things.
Perfect. Great closing comments as well. But yeah, no, well, really good insights, Peter. So yeah, thank you. Thanks also for attending, taking the time. Nice to talk to you when you're not on stage. So yeah, with that, thank you.